All right, dear children, welcome back to the class. We're looking at the chapter called gravitation. Already, so many things have been covered in gravitation. Yes, I don't remember whether it is fourth video or fifth video. So, do you think you have learned few things in gravitation, dear children? Have you learned many things in gravitation?
Yes, sir. Many
Yes,
things.
sir.
Yeah, many things are learned in gravitation. Now, let us try to understand few more things. Okay, in gravitation, I told you in the last class we were discussing about this density and all, right? Why does a body float?
Yes,
Why
sir.
does a body sink and all? We're discussing all these things, no? So basically, what I was trying to say, now tell me, gravitation is a contact force or non-contact force?
Non-contact
Non-contact
force.
force.
Non-contact force. So I told you that. So basically, the fundamental things what I was saying about density. So density is equal to very simple thing is there. For example, any body is there, and this body is having mass m and volume v. Okay, volume means whatever space inside it is there. So its density will become mass divided by volume. No. So this is the meaning of density. No. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? So now density of water, I say density of water, this is like rho of H2O. Density of water, I say it as 1000 kg per meter cube. We say it like this. Okay. What do you mean by 1000 kg per meter cube? That means 1000 kg can be held in 1 meter cube. That is the meaning of density. Understood, dear children? So mass divided by
Yes, sir.
volume. Look at this. Mass by volume. 1000 kg per meter cube. That means in 1 meter cube, 1000 kg of water can be held. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
do you
sir.
remember while discussing surface areas and volumes, I told you 1 meter cube means you have to take 1000 kg of water. Do you remember this? I have told you this.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes or no? Why? Because the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. That is like in 1 meter cube, 1000 kg of water can be held. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So one meter cube means I gave you idea, no? So there is a cube, okay, with 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, length, breadth, and height. Everything is like 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. So if you take 1 meter cube, 1 meter cube means its volume. How much it becomes? It becomes 1 meter cube because 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter is 1 meter cube. Then inside this, how much water we can have? We can have water of 1000 kg. Did I tell you this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
all right. So this is regarding volume. Now, that is like usually density is there. Now we discuss something like relative density. We discuss one term called relative density. So relative density means density of any material with respect to water. What is relative density, dear children? Density of any material. Density of a material. Please write down this. Density of a material with respect to density of a material with respect to water. Density of a material with respect to water is called relative density. Clear, dear children? Is called relative density. Density of any material with respect to water. We take water as the standard thing to compare density because in water only something floats, something sinks, and all, no. So all those things. So if I say relative density of, if I say relative density of iron, relative density of iron. What is the symbol of iron? Fe is the symbol of iron, no, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, relative density of iron means density of iron divided by density of water. This is only known as relative density. Is it understood? Yes. Just have a
Yes,
look at
sir.
this. Relative density of iron means density of iron divided by density of water. This is called relative density. Clear, dear children? I hope it should be very clear. So we don't look for density of every material. We look for its relative density. Whatever relative density is there, then we bring this. This is like density of water means 1000. No, we just multiply with 1000. then it becomes its density. For example, a question is given like relative density of material A. Relative density of material A. Relative density of material A is 100. Is 100. Find its density, they are saying. Find its density. If the if the question is like this, they have given relative density of a material A is 100, they have given, no? So what do you mean by relative density? Relative density is usually represented by rho r. Rho r means relative density. That is equal to density of medium A divided by density of water. Okay. Relative density, they have mentioned it as 100, and that is equal to density of material A divided by density of water, and density of water is 1000. So that's why density of material A become 100 into 1000. So it becomes, so we can write it as density of material A is 10 to the power 5. Here 3 is there, here 2 is there, 10 to the power 5 kg per meter cube. Is this clear, dear children? Yes or no? Look at this. What they are saying, relative density of any material, not only iron, it can be any material, no? So any material is equal to density of that material divided by density of water. Now they are saying relative density of medium A or material A is 100, means relative density is 100. So relative density of any material A, you can write rho RA also. Rho RA means relative density of material A. This is how you are supposed to read. How will you read, dear children? R means relative, rho means density. Relative density of material A is equal to density of material A divided by density of water. Relative density is given 100 is equal to rho A by 1000. Then we got rho A is equal to 100 into 1000, that is 10 to the power 5. Because here 10 to the power 3, here 10 to the power 2, then it becomes 10 to the power 5. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? I mean, just look at this. I mean, every time, how many materials density will you remember? So many materials are there, no? So many materials are there. So many materials means, can you remember like density of material A is equal to this much, density of material B is this much, density of material C is this much. Will you remember like this? So it becomes very difficult, no? That's why we go for relative density. Relative density is known, means with that relative density, if you are multiplying 1000 means what you will get? You will get density of that material A, density of material B or not. You will keep on getting like this, no? Multiplying with 1000 means. Yes,
Yes,
or no?
sir.
Yes,
So are you getting
yes,
my
sir.
point? So that's why relative density we just remember. Clear, dear children? Yeah. So this becomes difficult for us. All remembering all things will become difficult to us. That's why we go for what? We go for relative density. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So now this relative density, what does it mean? What is the relative density of water? If I say relative density of water, tell me what is the relative density of water? Relative density of water means density of water divided by density of water only, no? Because density of water at the bottom, it is fixed. This thing is fixed, and relative density of water only, if you are calculating, it becomes 1 or not?
Yes,
Huh?
sir. Yes, sir.
Correct or not? I mean, water can be compared with water only, means it becomes 1 or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this, a very important. If I say relative density of any material, relative density of material A, material A is equal to 2, if I say, so that means what is its density? Density of that material will be 2000 kg per meter cube or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Look, I mean, immediately can you say that density of, now how to do this, you know? I mean, relative density is equal to density of the material divided by 1000. That's how you are supposed to do. Then after that, you have to bring that 1000 this side, and it becomes 2000. Everybody knows this or not? Just now I have explained, no?
Yes, sir.
So now, if I put this material with density 2000 kg per meter cube inside the water, will it sink or will it float? Tell me.
Sink.
Okay, so that correct answer. So if relative density is greater than 1 means it will sink. It will sink. If relative density is less than 1 means it will float. Clear, dear children? Try to get my point. One thing is sure, if density of any material, whatever material is there, density of that material is greater than density of water means, so what will happen to this material? If you put it in water, this material, no, whatever material I have mentioned here, then this material will sink for sure. Okay? Yeah? Tell
Sir,
me.
Sir,
Yes, tell
sir,
me.
what if a material, sir, what if a material has equal density as of water? Means
Equal density
1000.
of water, which one will you get? Tell me, Vaishali. Equal density means it has to be water only, no?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Yes, try to understand my point. If please get this, okay? One thing is now relative density of water is 1, I told you. Relative density of material is 2 means then density of that material is 2000 kg per meter cube. If that material is having greater density than water means it will sink. That means if the relative density is greater than 1 means it will sink or not?
Yes, sir.
Now similarly, if the density of the material, whatever material is there, no, so if that material is having density which is, one second, let me write it clearly. So if density of this material, whatever material is there, no, if this density is less than the density of water means then this material will float. It will float. That's what I wanted to say. And relative density should be less than 1. If it is less than 1 means it will float. Is this clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So relative density is equal to 1 means what? That must be water only, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Water has to be compared with water only, no? Did you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Usually
sir.
two materials won't be having same density. Materials will be having different density. That's what I wanted to say. Clear, dear
Yes,
children?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Now they will ask you, the relative density of a material is equal to 2. Now will it sink or float? Relative density of material is 3. Will it float or sink? Relative density of a material is 0.5. Will it float or sink? It will sink, no?
Yes,
It will
sir.
also sink, no? And this one will float, no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So relative density is 0.5 means it is lighter than the water. That's why it float. Relative density is 3 means this is 3 times heavier than the water. That's why it sinks. Relative density is 2 means it is 2 times heavier than the water. That's why it sinks. I hope it is clear now.
Yes, sir.
It should become very, very clear. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, dear children. I hope it is. I mean, many people are not responding. Why I am not getting? Okay. So, are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Because in the last class also I have discussed all those things, right, dear children?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. So you try to understand this, and this PDF also you will get, and try to look into this. And if any doubts are there, let me know. Okay. Shall I go to next thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one principle called Archimedes principle. Very, very important. Have you heard this story? Archimedes story,
Yes, sir.
Eureka story,
No, sir.
story
Yes.
of Eureka,
Yes.
Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle. Now look at this Archimedes principle. What this Archimedes principle says, no? So let me first tell you the concept. Then you will just understand. Now, for example, there is a beaker here, or there is some container here, and in this some water is there. Now, if you drop one stone into it, now water will rise or not? Tell me. The water level will come above or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It will
Yes.
come above.
Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Now, how much water has come above? Can you just calculate how much water has come above? Do you know any method for this? That is only Archimedes principle. Just to, discuss about this, let me tell you. Let me give you this idea once again. So this is like, for example, water will come above. I told you, no, just now I have told you that. Now, in this, if you are putting any stone here, for example, any stone or any material, now this material is having mass m, means downward force will be there. Now, what will be the downward force? Mg, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And these water molecules will apply some force upward, no? So that is called as buoyant force, or it is also called as upthrust, no? U, we represent it with U, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So now what the Archimedes principle says, so this force, whatever this force, for example, let me take this as a completely filled, for example. It is completely filled to the brim. Okay, to the brim it is filled, completely filled. Okay, in that completely filled state, if you put one stone into that, water will spill out or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or no? It is completely filled. It is completely, there is not even a space for a single drop, completely filled. Now if you are putting one stone here, definitely water will come out here. Now Archimedes principle, what it says, no, the weight of this water displaced, this is what, this is displaced water, no? Yes or no? Displaced water means what? So due to this stone has come inside and it has occupied the place of water, no? That's why water has come out or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my point? Okay. Otherwise, let me draw this diagram one more time. So I think already you have drawn, so that it becomes a little beautiful for you. You can draw this diagram here. This is like one container. You can take this container to be any. You can just consider it as a beaker or anything like that. So it is completely filled, and in that case, what you do, you put one stone into this. Now, once you put the stone into it, it will have mg force and it will have a u force above, and some water will come outside, and that water, if you are collecting here, so this water is called displaced water. I told you already. Okay, the weight of this displaced water, the weight of this displaced water, is equal to upthrust. It is equal to upthrust experienced by stone, upthrust experienced by body. How much upthrust this body experience, no? How much force is there on this body, no? Above. So that much liquid will be displaced. That's what Archimedes principle says. Now this stone is there inside, no? As I have told already. So on this stone, mg force is there always, and whatever upthrust it is experiencing, no? So according to that upthrust, so this weight of this water displaced is equal. For example, this is like 10 Newton of water, means here also it experienced how much force above? 10 Newton of force it has experienced. That's what Archimedes principle says. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So try to understand it. Now in water, if any body is immersed in water, the amount of the weight of water it displaces is equal to upthrust experienced by the body. This is what Archimedes principle is. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I hope it is okay. Can you write in the form of a sentence this statement? Now I have explained you. Once again, let me explain you, those who did not get. So this is like completely filled container, lot of water is there, to the brim water is there. You put one stone here, it will have mg force downward and it will experience upthrust, and whatever water it is displacing, no, so weight of that displaced water is equal to upthrust experienced by this body. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Archimedes principle means you have to write it as when a body is immersed in water. Please write this statement. When a body is immersed in water. When a body is immersed in water, when a body is immersed in water, the amount of or the weight of water it displaces, the amount of water it displaces is equal to upthrust experienced by it, is equal to upthrust experienced by it. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
what
sir.
was the story? No, the story of this Archimedes is like this. Everybody wrote this.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so the story is like this. Now, in Archimedes, he was a scientist, a scientific advisor for a king. So that king, no, he got one thought one day. The thought in his head was whether whatever crown I am wearing, no, so that crown is made up of pure gold or not. He got this thought whether it is made up of pure gold or not, or that goldsmith has done some cunning or something like that. He got the thought. Did you understand what the king's thought was? He thought my crown
Yes,
is made
sir.
up of pure gold or not. So that's what he thought. Then he asked so many people. He asked people. Okay, he asked experts how to recognize whether it is pure gold or not. Asked experts. Then everybody were like thinking now what to do, what to do. They were thinking. Then Archimedes also, it is the name of a scientist, as I told you. Archimedes was also thinking what to do. So what he did, he just went to his home. He was thinking all the time. He was thinking about how to solve this problem. Okay, he was thinking about all the problems. He was thinking. So when he started thinking, so he just for he fell into water tub. He fell into water tub, and when he fell into water tub, immediately water came out. No, yes or no? Water
Yes,
will come
sir.
out or not?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
Yes,
water
sir.
came out, and suddenly something flashed to him. When water came out, suddenly something flashed to him. Okay, when something was flashed to him, he started to say Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. He just ran into the streets of his kingdom by saying Eureka. So just think about this spelling. Eureka. Eureka means I found it. The meaning of Eureka is I found it. He started to say I found it, I got it, I understood it, I have discovered it. Like that, Eureka, Eureka, he started to say, and he started to run. He started to run in the streets of his kingdom. Now, do you know what he found out? He found out that whenever in a tub or any container with full water is there, if I put any material, any particular material, I put 1 kg of material I am putting, for example. 1 kg of material, if I put 1 kg of material means, whatever amount of water comes out here, no, it is fixed. It is fixed. It is not like for 1 kg of iron, 1 kg of gold, 1 kg of silver, 1 kg of copper. It is same. No, it is not like that. For 1 kg of gold, if I put 1 kg of pure gold, 1 kg of pure gold, if I am putting, then this water will be fixed or not? Whatever comes out.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes or no? Are you getting my point? For 1 kg of pure gold, water came out. Whatever water came out is fixed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
for 1 kg of pure gold, water came out is fixed. Now similarly, for 1 kg of pure iron, this water is something else. For 1 kg of pure copper, this water is something else. For 1 kg of gold, it is fixed now. Now what he did, he took one container fully filled with water and he put 1 kg of pure gold. 1 kg pure gold he put, and here the water was there, and whatever water came, no, so that he measured, this water came out, no, he measured this. Okay, how much weight it is having. Now what he did, similarly, the king's crown is there, no, that crown also he put. For example, this crown is having 4 kg means here also 4 kg he put, and he calculated this water. This crown is also 4 kg, there also 4 kg means, or crown is 1 kg, here also he put 1 kg and he calculated. And after that, I mean, he put the same amount of crown and same amount of gold, and he calculated that, and he got that there is some difference. Here water is different, here water is different. Then he said that this is made up of impure gold. I mean, pure gold is not there. Correct? Are you understanding my point, what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? This crown is
Yes,
made up
sir.
of 1 kg, for example. He put this 1 kg of crown and he got some water. And 1 kg of pure gold he put and he got some more water here. Then he calculated these waters have to be same or not. For example, it is also pure gold, it is also pure gold means both have to be same or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? But he found out that this water, whatever he got, it was different. That's why he decided that pure gold, when I did, it came like this, but it is impure gold, that's why it is coming like this. So that's why that goldsmith was caught and he was punished by the king. Did you understand what is Archimedes principle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when, I mean, this water is there, no, this whatever it is there. So 1 kg of gold is put here means according to its density, some upthrust it will be experiencing. And here also, if you are putting 1 kg gold means, then same upthrust will be there or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
why whatever water comes here, whatever water comes here, both have to be same or not?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say, dear children.
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
So that's why it is not made up of pure gold. That was a story, but Archimedes principle says this is a very simple. What is that? When a body is immersed in water, the weight of water it displaces is equal to upthrust experienced by it. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's what I gave here also. Now, what are the applications of this? I mean, Archimedes principle. Can we use it to check the, I mean, purity of metals?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or
Yes,
no? To check purity of metals. Purity of metals can be checked. Purity of metals can be checked by using, checked by Archimedes principle. Okay, can be checked. You write this much. On the heading, I will write what I will write: uses of Archimedes principle. Uses of Archimedes principle. Uses of Archimedes principle. So this is like first one. So purity of metals can be checked. Now, what is the second one? Do you know anything regarding uses of Archimedes principle? Yes, tell me, dear children. Do you have any other idea about uses of this Archimedes principle? It is used to check the purity of milk also. Purity of milk can also be checked. How it is, I will
How,
explain.
sir?
Purity of how, I mean, there is a centrifugation thing and all which you have to understand. So that's why I was little afraid to give this. There are so many things which have to be understood by using this. Purity of metals can be checked. So you take this much only right now. So if I explain that, that will take more time. Uses of Archimedes principle is purity of metals can be checked. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you observe that these big ships and all, they float on the water? Have you observed that?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So why they float? Why these ships float on water? Ships float, no. So why do they float? Because the density, whatever density of ship is there, no, that the density of ship should become less than the density of water. Then only they will float. Otherwise, they will not float. Now, have you seen those ships are very huge in size?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? So density of any ship, any material for that, density means what? Mass divided by volume or not? Its total mass divided by volume or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Now they are having huge mass also and they are having huge volume also. So we found out that whatever density of ship we get, no, this density of ship is always less than density of water. Then only they are able to float. Understood, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So whatever
Yes, sir.
ship density is there, it has to be less than the density of water. Then only they are able to float. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think Archimedes principle is very clear to all of you. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Now you observe that this ice also floats on water, no? Ice floats on water.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. No. Ice is solid. Why it floats on water? Because the density of ice is less than density of water. Now, have you observed that ice means the same amount of molecules will be there. For example, for example, there is one container, small glass is there. In that, if you are putting water, for example, okay, if you freeze this water, have you observed that ice will be coming out of this like this? Ice will be, I mean, if ice is made, means ice will be there inside and it is coming outside also. Have you observed?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Yes or no? I mean, there will be in refrigerator, we have one container like this, no? With, I mean, in freezer, that ice maker. So you have one, I mean, space like this, no? If you put completely water,
Yes,
ice
sir.
will be coming out or not? Have you observed?
Yes, sir.
So their mass, I mean, whatever mass was there, same mass. I mean, initially it was water. It was water here, same mass. Here also same mass is there. In this also same mass is there. But here volume is less, but here volume is more or not? Yes or no? ಐಸ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ತದ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೋ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡಿರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿಲ್ಲ.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ಮಾಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಅದ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ರ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರ್ತದ, ಹೌದಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ಮಾಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐಸ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಐಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದನ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if somebody is asking you why ice floats on water, then what you have to say? Density of ice is less than water. That's why it floats. If somebody asks you why ships float on water, then you have to say density of ship is less than water. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So are you getting my point? So this is how you should be able to give the reason. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Did I confuse you or I gave clarity to you?
Give clarity, sir.
Okay, try to understand it, what I'm trying to tell. Yes, please tell me.
Sir, hot air balloon, that is also
Hot, that's a different issue again. Hot air balloon, tell me. That is also one more issue. Hot air balloon means, I mean, whenever you heat the air, what will happen to the air? I mean, its volume will increase or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
For example, any molecules are there, if you just heat them, so their volume will be increased or not? I mean, in gaseous state, the volume will increase, the density is less again compared to cold air. That's why it just goes above. Yes or no? No, there we cannot apply Archimedes principle. That's a different thing. That becomes lighter. I mean, hot air, for example, inside a balloon, if you're having air, I mean, hot air if you have, so the hot air is lighter or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hot air, I mean, its density is low or not? I mean, it is lighter. That's why it goes above. So that's a different issue. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So these are the things which you should be knowing about this ice, why ice floats and why this ship floats on water and all. Those things should be known to you, and you should be able to give this reason in the form of density. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think for 9th standard, whatever you are supposed to know from gravitation, all things are covered. Yes, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm going to send this document. You can just look into all the questions of your what is that gravitation chapter, and if any doubts are there, you can let me know. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How was the gravitation chapter?
Nice, sir.
Very nice.
It was nice. All the concepts were there, and if you want to still have a look at all those concepts, means you can have a look here. So those concepts are, I mean, look at this. This is gravitation 1, no? Quadratic equation, we started there. So if you have a look towards this gravitation, first and foremost thing, what you are supposed to know in this gravitation chapter is properties of gravitational force. So whatever properties of gravitational force are there, no? So those things should be known to you. So first of all, let me come to this. I'm coming there. So now electric force, we have electric force is attractive as well as repulsive. Magnetic force is also attractive as well as repulsive. But gravitational force is possible because of what? It is possible of because of mass, and gravitational force is always attractive, no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Then afterwards, we have seen any body with mass experience gravitational force. For example, this is one body with mass. This is also one body with mass. So then definitely there will be some gravitational force in between them. Some gravitational force will be there. However small it is, some will be there. And gravitational force is from center of one body to center of another body. Then force is between center of bodies. Then only it is called as central force. Then after that, gravitational force is weakest force in nature. So it is a weakest force. Then this will be attracting very small it is, I told you. Okay. Then after that, gravitational force is negligible between bodies of small mass. Between small masses, it becomes very negligible. Gravitational force is considered for bodies with large mass. That is like planets, sun, stars. Did I cover all these things, dear children?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then after that, we got to know that moon is rotating around Earth. Gravitation force is long range force because distance is more. It acts between bodies at longer distance. Okay, so sun and Earth, long range force. Then characteristics of, is my screen visible, dear children?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, fine. So gravitational force characteristics means weakest force in nature, central force, long range force, dependent on mass, acts between celestial bodies. Okay, then after that, universal law of gravitation we studied. So the force of attraction between two bodies with mass m1 and m2 is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Then we got something called G here. Capital G means universal gravitational constant. Does it change? Gravitational constant, universal gravitational constant on Earth, on Moon, on Mars, on Sun, everywhere it is same, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So we studied about that. But this G value is there, no? So the GE value, it may change. Acceleration due to gravity may change. Okay, but this capital G won't change. Everywhere it is same. Value of G do not change with place. I told you, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes,
after
sir.
that, some numericals we have done, small numericals which you have seen already. Then after that, we discussed about centrifugal force also. Whatever gravitational force is there, same is converted into centrifugal force. We discussed that. Then after that, we have discussed about so many other things like how what will be the velocity of that. Okay. We came to this velocity under root g sm divided by r, under root g ms whatever it is there divided by r we have discussed. Then orbital velocity of earth we have discussed and we got this. Okay. Then after that, we came to this unit of g and all. We discussed about this unit of g. So that is Newton meter square per kg square. Okay. Then we have solved some numericals. Okay. Then importance of universal law of gravitation, it binds us to earth. It explains revolution of planets around Earth, revolution of moon around planets and all, tides in sea. Okay. Then the meaning of planet, satellite, we have seen that. And types of satellite for a little bit we have seen. Then we have derived the expression for this G, and we found out on Earth it is like a 9.8 meter per second square. No, so we got acceleration due to gravity of Daneshwari also. I mean, we just found out that according to the things and all. Just I gave you one example. Acceleration due to gravity of Daneshwari means GD is equal to GMD divided by RD square. Okay. Then acceleration due to gravity on moon is almost 1/6 of acceleration due to gravity on earth. That is like 1.6 meter per second square. Okay. On moon, what is weight? On earth, what is the weight? We have discussed that. Okay. So then weight also we discuss. Mass do not change, but weight changes. We have done some numericals also. We kept on discussing so many things or not, dear children? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? I gave you idea about this already in motion chapter. I gave idea about this, but we solved one or two problems. Then we get into this and quadratic equation, and we have completed quadratic equation 10th standard mathematics chapter also. Yes, dear children.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? So
Yes,
then
sir.
after completing this, we came to this gravitation 2. In gravitation 2 also, we discussed so many things here. Yes or no? About density and all we started to discuss. Then thrust and pressure we discussed. Okay, so it is just the force. Then buoyant force, upthrust and all we discussed. Then we ended up with Archimedes principle. Is that clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this was a journey. This was a journey of a gravitation chapter, right, children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine then. So gravitation is clear. Motion is over. Laws of motion is over. Gravitation is over. Work energy power is also over, I guess. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Work energy
Yes,
power.
sir.
Now what is remaining in physics now? Only sound is remaining.
Sound.
Sound, sir.
If we just complete sound means so whole physics syllabus is over. Then we'll start with chemistry and biology. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Syllabus is going with fast pace or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, dear children. So let me come online. So, sir, object falling to Earth's surface face air resistant. Then why they are free falling? See, we avoid air resistance here. Are you able to see me, dear children?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
able to see me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this air resistance, no, we avoid. Look at this. This is a different concept. Now, when the body is falling, no, even molecules of air are also there. They are also resisting for this body or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So that is also resisting, but we neglect that. That is very small. That's why we neglect it. Now there is a formula for air resistance also, but in 9th standard we don't study that. Again, we have to go for other things and all. So that's why that air resistance will be neglected by Shali. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Free fall is possible only in free space. Vacuum. Vacuum means no molecule at all. Everything is empty. So there it is free fall. Here it is not free fall. Air molecules are there. They're putting some force on it. That is not a free fall. But we neglect it and we call it as free fall. Just to make things easy for us. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I hope you have enjoyed the gravitation chapter. And the sound chapter will start from tomorrow in the evening session. And in the morning session, I gave you so many homework. And I think you have solved all of it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
now if any doubts are there, many were asking, those doubts will be clarified in the morning class. Okay, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes,
thank you very
sir.
much for joining. Thank you very much for joining the class. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye.